A warm welcome. My name is Nick, your specialized tutor in accounting. I've been tutoring accounting for the last 7 years within tertiary institutions on a part time basis. While as a practicing accountant, I have also been taking trainees through their training within different organizations where I've been working. I am certified as an advisor by both QuickBooks and Xero. That these technologies, they are very much important. They've actually changed very much the way in which books are managed and how accountants are able to do their business. Both businesses and professionals can easily benefit seamlessly from embracing in these technologies. We really know that various organizations, they use various softwares. Look at Sage Accounting, look at Pastel, you look at QuickBooks, you look at Xero, you look at Wave. Now, the adoption of all this will depend on where the organization is operating. In USA, Canada, and other North American countries, they've embraced much more in QuickBooks. But in UK, Australia, New Zealand, and other European countries, they use Xero very much. Now, while these technologies initially have actually been used on a desktop accounting system, what is now important is that on an online basis with the adoption of internet, you can now be able to do your accounting and accessing your books from wherever you are. You are no longer limited by any geographical limitations when you adopt these cloud based accounting systems. Um, um, when we look at Zero, for an example, because we know that in Australia, which is covered by these training modules, we really know that it caters for Australian students, right? Now, when you look at Zero, we are saying that with the usage of Zero, you are able to get your bank feeds wherever you are. You are able to access your books on an online wherever you are. And this is actually very much critical. You don't need to go back and rush back to the office so that you are able to receive a bill or to receive a receipt from a client or to check a balance of the client. You can on all what you need is access to the internet. You log into the internet and you freely access your books. You can approve transactions wherever you are. You can make some invoices wherever you are. You can drill down balances between different suppliers and different customers. You can even do your bank reconciliation. You can have access to your key financial information like your incomes. All this is actually very much critical. So where you marry your academic knowledge together with the hands-on practical exposure, we really expect that such an accountant is competent enough for the organization to take much value from his or her own knowledge. This is actually very much critical. So, um, um, with the usage of Zero accounting on an online basis, we really know that we have moved away from the backup systems which is associated with the traditional accounting. Your records are instantly backed up on the cloud, and the level of encryption of Zero, it means that no one will have access to your records unless an authority has actually been made through the administrator. And the business owners, advisors, or the accountant, all these people, um, they are able to collaborate and share these records, um, without being hindered by geographical barriers. So you can even appoint a remote bookkeeper even from a different continent. So it is very much important to also realize that much of the organizations nowadays, they usually conduct majority of their transactions through the banking system. But also, on the other hand, there are some other transactions which are not reflected by the bank. Look for an example where you look at the impairment of assets. International Accounting Standard number 36, impairment of assets, will take us through the guide to direct the accountant in a manner in which he can assess impairment or reversal thereof. After that, the accountant must be able to correctly, with confidence, record this transaction in the books. So, if your books are being managed by through zero, like in this example, then it means that you have actually applied the knowledge that you have learned academically when you have learned the international accounting standards, and you have applied your knowledge directly into the zero system. Now, this all requires that you, as an accountant, you must be able to set the zero system from the word go. You must be able to record the transactions, to do end of period adjustments, to reconcile the bank with your own records, to reconcile your records, your receivables records, your payables records with those of the other organizations whom we are dealing with. This is actually very much critical. So if we know academically that there are prepayments, that there are accruals, that some expenses you capitalize them, while others you would write them as revenue expenses in your P&L. All this knowledge, you have to apply them, or you have to apply all this knowledge as and when you actually practice on the ground. So I myself, I actually prefer an interactive system when we do our lessons, so that everyone is actually able to participate. And when you are participating, I can actually be able to assess that we are actually moving together and you are actually understanding, so that eventually you also become a practicing accountant, a practicing accounting professional who is backed up with academic knowledge and professional hands on exposure. Thank you.